about me. Wait and see. Wait and see. They gonna talk about me. I'm gonna be very legendary. Wait for me. You gonna be legendary. Wait for me. Wait for me. You gonna be legendary. Are you ready? Ready to start our next game. Game time temperature today for this third game of the day, 88 degrees. Still a little toasty out there, wind south-southeast, 10 to 12 miles per hour. You get the lineup, the batting orders as the teams come to bat here. It's Calvin versus Hope in an elimination game. Hope College is the visiting team, Calvin University, the home team. Your umpires today, again assigned by the MIAA, Christopher Calkins, Raleigh Madison, Tom Rebeck. On the mound for Calvin, we start this game. For the Knights, number 4, Braden Schoonback. Schoonback pitching for Calvin. Schoonback on the mound for Calvin. Leading off for Hope, designated hitter, number 3, Spencer Cable.
Welcome back to Ron and Sonny Boovie Stadium on another beautiful day for baseball. It's the same day, and we're in the mid-80s. My name is Scott Vanderstoop, and we are here for the second of 3 elimination games. The Knights of Calvin University, who defeated Adrian just moments ago, earned the right to play Hope College. And Spencer Cable starts it off for Hope College with a grounder to first. It's eaten up by Penn and tossed over to the pitcher, Schoonbeck, for the first out. Here comes Evan Mayday, batting second and playing center field, the recipient of MIAA Player of the Year honors before the beginning of the Calvin-Adrian game. He'll be followed by Kanan Bain playing right field and batting third. Batting fourth, Grant Kim, the shortstop. Here's a grounder to second base. That's gobbled up by Fortman, and it's 2 up and 2 down very quickly. As Calvin is continuing where they left off, Braden Schoonbeck pitching. He's a sophomore right-handed, a 6'2", 175-pounder from West Catholic High School in Grand Rapids. And he's making quick work of Two very capable hitters. Here's some heat right down the middle, but a little high to Kanan Bain. He'll bat third, followed by Grant Kim, the shortstop. Robbie Sturzma bats fifth. He is the center fielder. Grant Barrett bats sixth and plays second base. Andrew Gilpin plays first base and bats seventh. Caleb Regan is behind the dish, batting eighth. And the freshman Al Money at first base, batting ninth. On the bump for Hope will be Graham O'Gorman. Start that inning. High curveball as Kanan Bain takes a check. Count is 3-1. Calvin very impressive, particularly with pitching and defense in the last 4 innings of the game against Adrian. Bain walks on 4 straight pitches.
Number 10, Brant Kim. Shortstop, Kim.
And here comes Brant Kim. Kim comes into today batting .452. From the stretch, Schoonbeck. Slow curveball up high and away. Crouch positioned by Schoonbeck. Another curveball up and away. Swung on, foul back behind first base. 2-1, the count on Kim. Throw back to first base. Bain is back in time. Both teams have played one game today. Fly ball, deep left center, going back as Warner's chasing it down, and it is gone! A home run for Brant Kim. He took it deep over the 385 mark, just to the right of the scoreboard. And that fast start for Schoonbeck has been halted by a 2-run homer by Brant Kim. That'll bring up Robbie Sturzma, the left fielder. 2 outs and bases empty. Hope hanging a 2-0 lead here early. Fastball catches the black part of the outside of the plate. 0-1 to Sturzma. Sidearm delivery. Sturzma drills it back up into center field. Diving for the ball is Peterson, and he makes a great play to rob Sturzma of a single. So that's it for Hope College, but not until they get 2 runs on 1 hit, a walk to Bain, nobody left on, and we have played a half an inning, and Hope's got an early 2-0 lead.
Flying Dutchman. Graham O'Gorman. Number 23, O'Gorman pitching for home. Leading off for Calvin, number 3, Ryan Peterson. Center field, Peterson.
Be Ryan Peterson, Caden Penn, and Ricky Padilla set to face Graham O'Gorman to start the bottom of the first. O'Gorman, a sophomore from Champaign, Illinois, attended Champaign Central High School. Had a nice conversation with him before the Trine doubleheader was washed out during finals week. He was going in to grab a little lunch. Here's a ball hit well to left field. Robbie Sturzman going back, chasing it, and it is gone. Ryan Peterson answers Brant Kim's home run with a solo shot of his own. And before we can even get the ink dry in the lineup card, Calvin is on the board. Now Hope leads 2-1. Coming into today, Graham O'Gorman had made 9 appearances, 5 starts. He's 1-0 on the year, 33 2/3 innings worth of work. Here's a little slow hopper to first base. It's bobbled by Gilpin, as it was almost too easy and he couldn't quite get it, and then he didn't know whether to go to O'Gorman. And Penn is going to be on an error. Big high hop, and Gilpin just got a little bit handcuffed.
23, Rick Padilla.
Here's Ricky Padilla. Finishing the line on O'Gorman. He's given up 32 hits, 22 runs, 19 of them earned. Walked 19, struck out 30. Walked 11, struck out 31 with an ERA of 5.08. Line drive to right field. Coming in on it is Bain. He'll play it on one hop. That'll move Penn up to first, and Padilla, who nobody can seem to get out today, is on with yet another hit. 6 for 6 today.
26, Matt Raymond, third base. Raymond.
Here's Matt Raymond. Raymond was 1 for 3 in the first game. He singled in the first inning, then flew to left, grounded out to short, reached on a base on balls, and then had a nice sac bunt in the 8th inning. A big inning for the Knights. Here's the 0-1 to Raymond. Swung on, fouled hard back to the screen. 0-2. 2 on, nobody out. We are glad you are joining us here. We are pleased by the viewership of this game. 2 big rivals. That's ground foul as it hit Raymond in the batter's box. That's a dead ball. Count remains 0-2. Raymond batting .339 on the year. Stands in with an open stance. Right down the middle, hit well to left. Hit well to center. Evan Mayday has got it. No tag by Penn as Mayday fires it in to Kim. And Hope has its first out of the game. Here's Andrew Hung. Hung went 2 for 5 in the game against Adrian. A double, a single, bounced back to the mound, safe on an error in the 6th, and then safe on another error in the 8th. Too hot to handle. O'Gorman from the stretch. Comes high over, fly ball, deep right field. Coming over is Bain. He makes the catch. Penn will advance. Raymond will stay where Padilla will stay where he is. And Hope has 2 away. Nice play with a bright sun and a high sky by Caden Bain. This is Nick Vogel playing DH today as he did in game 2, as he did in the previous game against Adrian. He had 4 at-bats and was had a pinch hitter come in the 8th for him. He was 1 for 4 with a single, a strikeout, and 2 flyouts. Swing and a miss for strike 1. O'Gorman works from the stretch with a runner on third. Here's a high hopper. This is going to be a tough play. Across the field, Al Money with a great play, and a stretching Gilpin can't quite get it, and Drew Vogel is on with an infield hit, and we have a tie game as Penn crosses the plate. That one hit right in front of the batter's box, went high in the air. Al Money did what he could do with it, but it wasn't enough. Infield hit for Vogel, and we are tied at 2. If these teams want to go to the NCAA, both of them have to win 3 in a row, 1 today and 2 tomorrow, against the 2-0 Kalamazoo Hornets, who earned the right to take the rest of the day off. Ground ball deep, short. Kim gets the force as he rifles it over to Barrett for a nice 6-4 putout to end the inning. That could have been worse, but Calvin does the damage. 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Hope error, and there were one left on base. We've played 1. We're tied at 2.
Off for Hope College at the top of the 2nd. Number 8, Grant Barrett, the second baseman. Barrett batting.
Grant Barrett, Andrew Gilpin, and Caleb Regan starting off against Schoonbeck in the 2nd. Swung on, fouled away. It has been a long day of baseball with a lot of runs. About the only non-scoring segment of the day was the last 3 or 4 innings of the Adrian Calvin game, where Calvin really shut down the the Bulldogs for the first time there'd really been any pitching and defense. Line drive is speared by Fortman. Well hit ball by Barrett, but caught. We have one away.
The 22, Andrew Gilpin. First base, Gilpin.
Andrew Gilpin, the batter. First pitch is the ball. Ball 2, 2-0. Here's a pitch to the senior from, here's a strike to the senior from Brighton, 2-1. Schoonbeck. Chopped foul. Just between Matt Raymond and Stu Fritz. 2-2. Gilpin batting .273 on the year. Takes the ball outside, 3-2. Sidearm delivery. Gilpin fights it off. Schoonbeck can't quite get to it. It's between him and the second baseman, Fortman. And that is a very sneaky infield hit by Andrew Gilpin. That'll bring up Caleb Regan. Regan coming into today batting .227. Swung on, foul back. One on, one out. We're in the top of the second in this elimination game. As we said, the winner of this one, in order to qualify for the NCAA tournament, needs to win 3 in a row, starting with this one. They'll get a night's sleep, but it won't be as restful as the Kalamazoo College Hornets, who had to play one this morning and got to go home for the rest of the day. Ball outside. Padilla rifles it down to first. And Gilpin is back in time. From the bent over stretched position, Schoonbeck delivers a curveball on the outside part of the plate. Strike 2. Sidearm delivery outside, 2-2. Schoonbeck only a sophomore. Local product from the west side of Grand Rapids, attended Grand Rapids West Catholic High School. Ball outside, full up, 3-2. Got ahead of Regan early. And has missed the plate. And some fastballs that are running outside on him. 3-2 from the stretch. Good pitch. And a good job for Regan to fight that one off. That was the 1 in a million foul ball that hit the screen but slipped in between the screen and the roof of the press box and came down in the crowd. Everyone's all right. Fly ball, deep center. Going back is Peterson to make the catch. 2 outs. Gilpin returns to first base, and that'll bring up Al Money.
2, Al Money, third base. Money.
Money batting 312, 376 slugging percentage and a 483 on base percentage. Curveball hangs high, 1-0. As we said, this is the 12th appearance by Schoonbeck. Money tries to bunt, and it goes way foul behind everybody up into the stands. 2 balls, 1 strike. From the stretch. This one gets away from Schoonbeck a little bit, and Padilla makes a nice stop, stabbing at the ball. Lest Andrew Gilpin advance down to second base. Money batting 9th as he has done most of the year. Batting 312 on the year. Slow roller toward third. Scooped up by Raymond and across the diamond to Penn, and the Dutchmen are retired in the second. We've played an inning and a half, and we're tied at 2. Gabe Bonnemer all set to lead it off against Graham O'Gorman. We're tied at 2 as we go into the bottom of the second. Bonnemer had a home run in the game against Adrian, 2 for 5 overall, so a single. That first pitch is a strike from O'Gorman. Right-hander rocks and deals, fouled away, 0-2. Bonnemer batting .267 on the season. He'll be followed by Carson Warner's and then top of the order, Peterson. That one sails away from O'Gorman for a ball, 1-2. Cocks the ball over his head. O'Gorman lets it go. High pitch. But Bonnemer took a hack at it. And we're staying 1-2. Calvin, the home team in this game. Fly ball to center. Evan Mayday drifting back, medium depth. One up and one away for O'Gorman in the second. Here comes Carson Warners, batting ninth again in this game as he did in the game against Adrian. He went 0 for 4. Struck out in the second, grounded to second in the fourth. Flew out to left in the fifth, and grounded to short in the seventh. Left-hander digs in and takes a hack at a slow curveball. Nice pitch by O'Gorman, 0-1. O'Gorman working quickly, much to the pleasure of the press box crew. 1-1. That ball just missed. Somehow it's a ball, 2-1. O'Gorman rocks and deals. One hopper to Gilpin, and he gobbles it up and will take it himself. 3 unassisted, 2 away. That brings up the top of the order, Ryan Peterson, who had a noticeable beginning to the bottom of the first inning with a titanic home run to cut the gap to 2-1. Knights later scored with Penn crossing the plate. That's an unearned run as he reached first base on an error. First pitch is a ball. Gorman working to pitch around him a little bit. Line drive to shortstop, and Brant Kim, the ground ball eats him up. It came off hard, and it hit the lip of the infield at just kind of the wrong spot. And that's going to be an error, the second error on Hope today. And that keeps it alive for Caden Penn. Second error of the day for Hope. From the stretch, O'Gorman rocks in a curveball for a strike. O'Gorman pitching very well and efficiently. Gets his signal from Regan. Comes high over his head with that ball. Drops in a little low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Penn trying to keep it alive for Padilla, who's done some serious damage today. Ground ball to Gilpin, who gobbles it up as he goes down to both knees. Hot shot by Penn. And the second unassisted putout for Gilpin of the inning. No runs, no hits. There was 1 Hope error, 1 left. We played 2. We're tied at 2.
Leading off for Hope College, top of the third, leadoff hitter, Spencer Cable.
Top of the order for the Dutch in the top of the third. Cable, Mayday, and Bain. Spencer hit his first pitch of the game. Ground ball to Penn, who gobbled it up and tossed it to Schoonbeck for the 3-1 putout. The 0-1 sails outside 2-0. Braden Schoonbeck out for the third inning in his contest. He's given up 2 runs so far, as has O'Gorman. There's a curveball, bends in for a strike, 2-1. There's the rock and the sidearm, and popped up into short right field. Coming over as Warners makes the one-handed grab, 1 away.
Center fielder, Evan Mayday.
That'll bring up the MIAA Player of the Year, Evan Mayday. Another left-handed hitter in Coach Stu Fritz's lineup. Came back for his senior year, and it has been nothing but success for him and for his Dutch, winning the league MIAA regular season this year. Open stance for Mayday, sidearm back up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Fortman, and he throws him out. Great play by Fortman, and Mayday is retired 4-3. That'll leave it up to Kanan Bain. Walked his first time up. Swung on, foul down the right field line. Kanan Bain batting .280 on the year. And that one plunks him right in the thigh, or the hip. And Kanan Bain is on for the second time in as many tries. First time by a walk, this time by a hit by pitch. Here comes Brant Kim. Senior shortstop, playing in his 27th game. He's had 104 at-bats, 22 runs scored. He's had 47 hits, 15 of them doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 37 stakes. He's walked 8 times, struck out 8 times, with a very impressive .452 batting average. Sidearm delivery, hit well, deep to left field. Warner's going back, it's gone! Home run for Brant Kim, his second of the day. He's got all 4 Hope RBIs. As he drives home, Kanan Bain both times, and Hope takes a 4-2 lead. Brant Kim picked a knee-high fastball from Schoonbeck and just rocketed it out over the left field fence, over a jogging Carson Warners, who knew he wasn't going to track it down. 4-2, Hope takes the lead. And here comes Robbie Sturzma. Curveball just inside. 1-1 to Sturz. Sturzma batting .254 on the year with a .500 on-base percentage and .386 slug. Strike on a curveball on the outside corner. Sidearm delivery comes outside, 2-1. Line drive back up the middle. Schoonbeck is able to hop over it so he doesn't get hit, and it is a line drive single for Robbie Sturzma. That'll bring up Grant Barrett. And Kevin Van Dyne is going to come to the mound to have a little chat. Grant Barrett, the second baseman, coming in. Takes a curveball that bends just inside. 1-0. Barrett batting .272 on the year. Played in 32 games for the Dutchman. The breaking ball catches the outside part of the plate. 1-1. Runner on first is Sturzma. Swing and a miss on a good curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High ball, swung on and missed. And that is going to be a strikeout. There's an out stealing on Sturzma, but that doesn't matter because the third out of the inning is going to be a strikeout by Barrett. But not until Hope scores 2 more runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We played 2.5. Hope 4, Calvin 2.
Leading off for Calvin, Rick Padilla.
It'll be Padilla, Raymond, and Hung starting the bottom of the third. For Calvin, they trail 4-2. Thanks to a 2-run homer by Brant Kim, his second of the day, back-to-back homers, his first multi-home run game of his impressive career. One and one to Padilla. Swung on foul, might be playable. Going back is Regan, and he makes a nice catch. She had to run to the fence and then had to make a couple of quick steps back to grab it. And there is one away.
Third baseman, Matt Raymond.
Matt Raymond, the batter. Matt Raymond had 5 at-bats in the last game against Adrian. He went 1 for 4. One of them was a base on balls. He had a single and no, I'm sorry. He went 1 for 3. Single, fly to center, grounder to short, and then he also walked and had a great sac bunt. This one's hit well to left field. Sturzman going back. He's going to have room as he keeps moving back and makes a nice play on a run. Does Robbie Sturzman for 2 away. That ball was well hit by Raymond, and here comes Andrew Hung. Updated stats show Hung batting .331, .386 on-base percentage, and .466 slug. 2 outs for O'Gorman. And there's a base hit into right center. Hung's going to make a hard turn, and he's going to go for second, and he will get in with a slide as Mayday couldn't quite get to it. The ball just kind of died out there between Mayday and Bain. And good heads-up base running by Andrew Hung, turning a single into a double. So Nick Vogel with a chance to come up to bat with a runner in scoring position. Vogel batting .287 on the year. One ball to Vogel. O'Gorman trying to get out of this little mini jam in the bottom of the third and preserve the 4-2 lead for Hope. Hard ground ball underneath the glove of Al Money, and that's going to score Andrew Hung, and that's going to cut the lead to 4-3. Great effort by Al Money as he dove for it. He knocked it down a little bit but couldn't make the play. Single for Vogel and an RBI, and that brings up J.C. Fortman.
Second baseman, J.C. Fortman.
Vogel on first. 2 outs. O'Gorman working from the stretch. I'd like to say hello to a good friend of Hope College and a good friend of the Holland community, Dr. Karen Nordell Pearson, who is enjoying the game via live stream as she is prepping her garden and beginning her well-deserved restful weekend. Dr. Nordell Pearson, former provost at Hope College, now executive director of Kids Hope USA, and big fan of Hope sports. Al Money grabs a 3-hopper, fires it all the way across the diamond to Gilpin, and we are retired in the 3rd inning. We've completed 3. There's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We played 3. It's 4-3 Hope.
10, Nolan Coyle. Now in the pitch for Calvin. Coyle pitching, leading off for Hope. First baseman Andrew Gilpin.
Calvin College has a new pitcher. It's number 10, Nolan Coyle, a right-handed freshman from Valparaiso, Indiana. Takes over for Schoonbeck, who went 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned, and on 4 hits. First batter Coyle will face is Gilpin as Hope brings up 7, 8, 9. Line drive, 1 hopper, fielded by Bonnemer. Over to Penn, and we've got 1 away. Good start by Coyle. Here's Caleb Regan. Caleb flew out to center his first time up. We're in the top of the 4th. Hope leading 4-3. They are the visiting team in this game by virtue of whatever the MIAA decides about that. Their rules are complicated, but somebody knows them well enough to know that Hope is a visiting team. They're occupying their home dugout, of course, but they batted first. High curveball, 1-1. Another nice curveball bends in waist high, 1-2. Coyle lets a little heat go, and it goes in the dirt outside, 2-2. Count is full, 3-2 to Regan. Fly ball to right field. Going back is Hung. He can't get it. Regan's going to have extra bases as he will cruise into second with a stand-up double. Well hit by Caleb Regan. Andrew Hung has done a great job in right field all day long, but he could not handle that one as that was a rocket, and he just couldn't track it down. 1 out. Man on second. Here comes the freshman Al Money. Scouting on Coyle, he's a freshman right-hander. This is his 11th appearance. He started 6 games. He's 1-2 on the year, 28 innings of work, 37 hits. He's given up 26 runs, 20 of them are earned, 11 walks, 23 strikeouts. 6.43 ERA. Here's a foul back. We'll go 1-1 to Al Money. Mr. Money batting .312 coming into today's game, including the game against Kalamazoo earlier today. Nice curveball. Money's able to lay out on it, and he gets it into right field. And he's going to make the turn, but he's going to hustle back. Regan's going to hold it third, and Al Money made something out of nothing as it was a great pitch by Coyle. Extending the hand, the glove hand, was the first baseman Penn, but he just couldn't get it. He got a glove on it, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've got runners on the corners, and we're at the top of the order. Here's Spencer Cable. Cable 0 for 2. Bounced out to the first baseman Penn, and then flew out to the left fielder Warners. Leadoff hitter takes his stance, takes a hack at a fastball from Coyle, fouled away, 0-1. Designated hitter batting leadoff, wears number 3. Quick throw back to first base. Money is back in time. Fastball hit up in the air. Going back is Peterson. There's going to be a tag. That should score Regan. And Hope moves ahead 5-3 on the sacrifice fly by Spencer Cable. Great bat work by the senior. That's 2 outs and leave it up to Evan Mayday.
Center fielder, Evan Mayday.
Mayday 0 for 2 today. Ground balls to second base in both of his ABs today. In general, teams have not had a lot of success against Evan Mayday. He's MVP for a reason, coming in hitting .450 before these 2 at-bats today. Stands with an open stance in the left-handed box. The right-hander kicks. Another ground ball to second. Going to be eaten up by Fortman. And Calvin University has managed to get Evan Mayday out 3 times. However, Hope does pick up another run on the double by Regan and the single by Money and the sac fly by Cable. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors and 1 left. We've played 3.5. Hope leads 5-3. Gabe Bonnemer, Carson Warners, and Ryan Peterson set to face Hope College here in the bottom of the 4th.
Shortstop Gabe Bonnemer.
Graham O'Gorman has been very effective so far. He's given up 3 runs. He gave up 2 in the first and 1 in the third. But he's also gotten a lot of help from the Dutchman defense and the Dutchman offense. Bonnemer had a home run in the first game against Adrian. He also flew out, had a single, flew out twice, and a grounder to short. Bats in the 8th position, plays shortstop. There's a ball, 2-0. Swung on, fly ball to right. Coming over is Bain, fighting the sun, and makes the right-handed catch, or one-handed catch with his left hand, and we've got 1 away.
Left fielder Carson Warners.
Carson Warner's up, batting in the 9 spot. He grounded to Gilpin in the first inning. No, excuse me, in his first at bat. That was in the 2nd inning. Line drive to right field, base hit for Warners. 1 on, 1 out. Warners went 0 for 4 in the first game. That's his first hit of today. He's 1 for 6 on the day. Ryan Peterson, leadoff batter, up. His 3rd time up. Started the game with a home run and then reached on an error in the 2nd. Fastball trails outside 1-0. 5-3 Hope, bottom of the fourth. Elimination game against their rival, the Calvin University Knights. The winner will get to play tomorrow. Fly ball to right field. Sturzma goes back, turns left, now turns right, and he makes a nice play deep. And Warners will retreat to first base. 2 outs, 1 on. Nice play by Sturzma. That'll leave it up to Caden Penn. Left-hander reached on an error on Gilpin in the first, and then was eaten up on a ground ball to Gilpin in the second. Here batting in the fourth with 2 outs. O'Gorman delivers. There's a short fly. This is going to be a tough play. Coming over is Kim. Nobody can get to it, and nobody's covering third except perhaps O'Gorman, who makes a heads-up play to cover third base. Graham O'Gorman with a heady play of the day, because Money and Kim and Sturzma were all converging on the ball. Heads up running by Warners, except he wasn't ready for Graham O'Gorman to be covering. We're going to score that 7-1. 6-1. Was it Sturzma? It was Kim who grabbed it. Kim, we're going to score it 6-1. What a play. We finished 4 innings. It's 5-3 Hope.
Bain. Bats lead off for Hope.
Top of the fifth.
We begin the top of the fifth. Bain, Kim, and Sturzma to bat for the Dutch. Coyle returning to the mound for his second inning of work for the Knights. Kanan Bain has found a way to get on. He walked in the first inning and then got plunked in the third, and he takes this pitch for a ball. Now the count goes to 2-0. Coyle delivers, hard line drive to Bonham. Nice play as he fires it over to Penn for the first out of the inning.
Brant Kim batting.
Here's Brant Kim, who will be in the unwanted dreams of Calvin University tonight, as he has only gone 2 for 2 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs, and I suspect that Mr. Coyle is in no mood to give him anything much good to hit, given that we've got 1 out and nobody on, and Hope leading 5-3. 1-1 the count. Kim waiting on it. Swings at a good pitch, had to chase that one, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Coyle's ahead in the count. The 1-2. All the pitchers working very efficiently today. Swung on and fouled. Count remains 1-2. The pitch. High hopper, deep. Bonham across the diamond, and gets Brant Kim by a step. So they finally get Brant Kim out. That's number 2 in inning number 5, and here's Robbie Sturzma. Sturzma flew out to center and then had a single following the Kim home run in the third, but he was stranded after the strikeout by Barrett. pitch a little high, 1-0. Winner of this game will take on Kalamazoo tomorrow at 12 p.m. And if they should be so fortunate as to beat the Hornets, they will get the opportunity to play them again at 3 o'clock. I will be privileged to be bringing you the 12 o'clock game, and should the 3 o'clock game be the if game necessary, Mr. Alan Babbitt and his velvety tones will be on the call at 3 o'clock. And he will be multitasking ably as he always does. Here's a strike to Sturzma. 3 balls, 1 strike. Coyle working very quickly. So much so as to, here's a ground ball under the glove of Bonnemer, and Sturzma is on to first. Working so quickly that Coach Stu Fritz said something to the home plate umpire, make sure you allow him to get set. Sturzma was definitely set well enough there. It's going to be an error against Bonnemer that gets Sturzma to first.
Grant Barrett, Patty.
And it leaves open an opportunity for Grant Barrett. Another lefty in Stu Fritz's lineup. Coyle working from the stretch. Infield over to pull. Third baseman Raymond way off the bag, almost in the shortstop position. Shortstop Bonnemer standing behind the third base umpire, who's probably about 20 feet from second base. Nice pitch, swing and a miss by Barrett. Coyle had him all fooled there. Tied up his hands on a slow curveball. 0-2 with 2 outs. Calvin trying to get out of this inning. This one is swung on and fouled back. Second inning for Coyle, very effective in the first, although did give up a run, and has been even more effective here in this inning. 4 runs went to Schoonbeck, 1 run to Coyle. Hope has only had 1 pitcher. O'Gorman given up 3 so far. Ball up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This ball is low and in the dirt. Good stop by Padilla. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to third. Knocked down by Raymond, but he can't get it. It's picked up by Bonnemer, but everyone's going to advance. Sturzma moves to second. Waiting for the official score. Base hit is credited to Mr. Barrett.
Andrew Gilpin, Patty.
Here comes Andrew Gilpin with a runner in scoring position, and a little mini rally started here by the Dutchman, all with 2 outs. Bain grounded out to short on a nice play by Bonnemer. Then Kim grounded out on a nice play by Bonnemer. Then Sturzma, with his shot, forced Bonnemer to make an error. And that time Matt Raymond could not get a glove on the hot shot by Barrett. Here comes Kevin Van Dyne. I think we're going to have a pitching change. We'll be back to report that in just a second. 5-3 Hope. Well, so much for a pitching change. It turns out the Calvin bullpen is quiet. So Coach Kevin Van Dyne is going to go with Mr. Coyle. Nolan Coyle from the set position delivers a strike. to Gilpin, 0-1. Gilpin had a single in the second. Grounded to Bonhomer in the fourth. Here he is again in the fifth. Big curveball outside. 1-1. Regan waiting on deck. He's got his shin protectors on. But will easily and gladly take them off. Foul ball down by the Calvin bullpen, between the bullpen and the dugout. Penn giving chase. Hung really couldn't get very far. It was too far away from him, and it falls foul ball. Gilpin stays alive at 1-2. Coyle from the stretch. Nice pitch, swung on and missed. And that's going to be a drop third strike that Padilla is going to rifle down to Penn to end the inning. Strikeout, 2-3. And that is the end of the Hope College fifth inning. No runs, no hits. There was one Calvin error, and they left two on base. Excuse me, there was one hit in that inning. We have played 4.5, and Hope leads 5-3. Heart of the order for the Calvin University Knights coming up in the bottom of the fifth. Padilla, Raymond, and Hung. Graham O'Gorman, very effective so far. He's given up 3 runs, but one of them was unearned. And he has shut down the Knights in 2 of the 4 innings. Swung on and fouled back. He scattered 5 hits, and he has stranded 4 Knight base runners. Padilla with a single in the first. Popped up to the catcher Regan in the third. Ground ball, seeing eye single under the glove of Brant Kim. And Ricky Padilla, who nobody's been able to get out today, wearing an Adrian Orr Hope uniform, has his second hit of the day. Here's Matt Raymond, 0 for 2, 2 flyouts. O'Gorman will work from the stretch. Outfield straight away, first pitch inside for a ball. Had some great baseball here today. We've had our fair share of hitting, and both games 2 and 3 have settled in to a little bit more of a pitching and defensive rhythm. other than 2 runs in the first 5 half innings, the next 5 innings have resulted in only 2 single run frames. Here's the pitch. Up high. 3-0 to Raymond. O'Gorman from the stretch. Fastball, knee high, 3-1. Raymond in the game against Adrian singled, flew out, grounded out to short, walked, and had a great sac bunt in a really critical run inning for the Knights. That's ball 4. O'Gorman frustrated, and that's going to put 2 on. And the Knights kicking up their heels here in the 5th. They trail by 2, but they've got 2 on and 1 out. And the venerable Andrew Hung coming on. Two on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. High hopper, Brant Kim goes over. He's going to go to third with it. Al Money there. Nice play by Brant Kim as he had to go to his right. And he didn't really have much of a play. And Padilla is out 6-5. And Ricky Padilla is finally off the bases. Hung goes to first on a fielder's choice. And Raymond moves up to second. And here comes Nick Vogel. Singled in the first. Was out 6-4 after that, and then also singled in the third and was left on base. Actually was the RBI single. One of 3 RBIs that, one of 2 RBIs. The other going to a solar home run by Peterson to start the game. Swing and a miss. Excuse me, swing and a foul. 0-1. That one hit the chest protector of home plate umpire Tom Rivette. Catcher Regan doing his courtesy walk to the mound to give Mr. Rivette a little time to recover. He seems to be ready to go. Here comes the 0-1 from O'Gorman. A little low, 1-1. O'Gorman checks Raymond at second. Delivers a ball, 3-1. Or is that 2-1, Alan? 2-1. Hung at first, Raymond at second. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Nice pitch on the inside part of the plate. Really tied Vogel up, wanted to get after it, but just couldn't extend his hands soon enough as that ball was just jammed up too tight. 2-2. Raymond trying to get O'Gorman's attention at second base. Line drive to right field. Sturzman does a great job of tracking it down on one hop. But that is going to be an RBI single. Raymond's going to cross. Hung will stop at second. And Calvin has cut the Hope lead to 5-4. Rally still alive. Runners at first and second for J.C. Fortman. 0 for 2 today. Safe on a fielder's choice and grounded out to third. Little activity going in the Hope bullpen now. As Calvin putting a rally together here in the 5th. Their first run since the 3rd. They've scored in the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th. That ball is in the dirt. and it scoots out in front of the batter's box, and that's going to advance the runner. So that's going to send Hung to third, Vogel to second. Caleb Regan did a great job of stopping it, but it hit it on a hard part of his chest protector, I think, or perhaps his shin guard, and it ricocheted out about 12 feet, and he really didn't know where it was. O'Gorman was able to come in and track it down, but not until the runners advanced to second and third, both in scoring position now, and the Dutchmen are in trouble. Only one out. Money playing even with the bag at third, as is Gilpin. Kim and Barrett in the middle are deep. It looks like they're willing to trade a run for an out. I'd love a pop out or a strikeout right now. Outfield is straight away, although Evan Mayday is shallow. Pitches the ball, 3-0. This might not be too sad of a walk for the Dutch with only one out. They might not want to give him too much to hit, and that's exactly what happened. As Fortman walks on 4 straight pitches, that's going to load the bases for the shortstop, Bonnemer. Nate, excuse me. Gabe Bonnemer will face a new pitcher as Graham O'Gorman departs after 4 1/3 very effective innings. He's got 3 runners he's still responsible for, but he has been effective. We'll be back to tell you about the pitching change in just a second.
Attention, please. Now in to pitch for Hope College. Number 15, Reese Crabtree. Crabtree now pitching. Now batting for Calvin. Number 7, Gabe Bonnemer.
Reese Crabtree is the new pitcher for the Hope College Flying Dutchman. He pitched great in his appearance. He was having a little trouble with control and took a really hard luck loss against Kalamazoo earlier today on a walk-off base on balls on a very, very close pitch. Gabe Bonnemer stepping in and takes the first pitch for a strike from the right-handed throwing sophomore from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, trying to work his team out of a jam as he tried to do against Kalamazoo. That pitch is up high, 1-1. Bonnemer had a home run, as I think I mentioned in the first game. He went 1 for 5. Home run was his first at bat in the second inning. Here's Crabtree. Popped up but fouled back. 1-2. Crabtree hoping for a pop out or a strikeout right now. Something on the infield would be nice, particularly up in the air. The 1-2 to Bonham coming up as Crabtree works from the windup with the bases loaded. Strike 3 called. What a pitch by Reese Crabtree as it bent knee high on the outside part of the plate.
Carson Waters.
That'll leave it up to Carson Warners, batting in the 9 hole, wearing number 9, playing position number 7. He's had a rough day at the plate. He's 1 for 6. That first pitch is a foul tip that hits Regan right on the shoe. Mr. Rivette's going to go out and pretend to talk to Reese Crabtree to buy his catcher a little bit of time. Coach Stu Fritz is going to come out and try to buy even more time. We don't want to live without Mr. Regan right now. And Mr. Regan doesn't want to leave the game, so we're going to play on. 0-1. Bases loaded. 2 outs, 1 strike on Warners. The pitch. Bends in just a little high. Curveball. Looked like it ended at the belt, but it might have been just a bit high as it crossed the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Warners looking to tie the game for the Knights. Swung on, chopped foul back behind the plate. And Reese Crabtree is 1 strike away from getting the Dutch out of a big jam. They've given up 1 run. This all started on a single by Padilla. Then a walk by Raymond Hung got to first on a fielder's choice, and then the RBI single from Vogel. Walk by Fortman, and then we were able to get Bonham out. Here's the pitch. Line drive. What a play by Gilpin! He goes to first. He got him! 3-1! Reese Crabtree gets Carson Warners on a great diving stop by Andrew Gilpin. And Hope dodges a major bullet. Give credit to head coach Kevin Van Dyne, who gives Andrew Gilpin a little tummy tap as he walks off. That was great. We've played 5 innings. Hope leads 5-4.
Leading off for Hope College in the top of the 6th. Catcher now batter.
Caleb Regan.
Andrew Gilpin robbed Carson Warners of a multi-RBI at bat as he dove along the foul line behind first base, and then was able to toss to Reese Crabtree to get the speeding Warners. So we played 5. We're going to go to the top of the 6th. Nathan Coyle still on the bump for the Knights. And he's going to, first of all, he's going to be 8-9-1 as Caleb Regan takes a first pitch strike. Curveball bends outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss by Regan. Coyle's only given up 1 run in two innings of work so far. This is his 3rd inning. He's given up 2 hits, stranded 3 Dutch runners. Fence a curveball outside, 2-2. Cool breeze finding its way through the 95-degree press box at Ron and Sonny Boovie Stadium. Top of the 6th, 5-4, Hope leads. Curveball, stroked foul. Good pitch by Coyle. Fly ball to right. Coming over is Hung. He's under it. And there's 1 away. Andrew Hung's been really good in right field today in both games. He'll bring up Al Money in the 9 hole. The freshman is 1 for 2. Ground out and a single. First pitch is a little high to Money, 1-0. Two and 0 to Money. Coyle delivers. Fastball just a little low, 3-0 to the 9-hitter. Sure, Coyle does not want to lose him. And end up with Spencer Cable with runners on base. There's a strike down the middle, 3-1. Ground ball hard to short. Gobbled up by Bonnemer. Across the diamond for 2 away. Nice play by Bonnemer. I'll leave it up to Spencer Cable.
Designated hitter, Spencer Cable.
First pitch swinging is Spencer Cable, and he does the same thing he did in the first inning as he grounds it over to Penn. And a little bit of a discussion here as it looks like it was called a foul ball. Spencer Cable perhaps swung and made contact with his foot. Dead ball foul, so nothing but a strike. 0-1. Cable, a first ball hitter, has ground to Penn before, flew out to left, and had an RBI sacrifice. Here's a ground ball, 1 hopper played by Penn. This time he will take it, and that retires the side. 3 up, 3 down for Hope in the top of the 6th. We've played 5.5. It's Hope 5, Calvin 4.
Ryan Peterson leading off.
Reese Crabtree back on the mound. And he'll face the top of the order. Peterson, Penn, and Padilla. Peterson, 1 for 3. Home run, safe on an error and a fly to left. They play him as a pull hitter, medium depth. Swung on and a single to left. Solid single by Peterson. And Calvin has a leadoff man aboard. Caden Penn, 1 for 3, safe on an error also. Single in the 4th. Calvin with 2 runs in the first inning, 1 in the 3rd and 1 in the 5th. Ground ball back to Crabtree, who gets the 1-6 put out. Penn will advance, will go to first on the fielder's choice. Nice play by Crabtree. And here's Ricky Padilla. 2 for 3 tonight. 5 for 5 in the first game. Winner earns the right to play Kalamazoo either once or twice tomorrow. And the loser of this game will have its season come to an end. Ball outside, 1-0. Padilla batting .377 coming into today's game, including his impressive 5 for 5 in the game against Adrian. Andrew Gilpin comes into the middle of the infield to pick a high pop-up from Reese Crabtree's area, but good play by Andrew Gilpin for the second out of the inning. And that'll leave it up to Matt Raymond. From the set, Crabtree kicks, deals, curveball outside, 1-0. Bottom of the 6th, Calvin home game in this matchup. They've got 4 more innings to try to get a run. Calvin, Hope, I'm sure, would like to extend its lead. Narrow as it is at 1. Ball 2, 2-0. Raymond batting .339 on the year. Open stance. Go. Heads up, base running by Caden Penn, and stole that one off the pitcher Crabtree and comes in without a throw. He advances to second and is now in scoring position. Three and 0. And Raymond's going to walk on 4 straight pitches. So the stolen base by Penn would have resulted in the same thing, but credit Penn for picking up stolen base and making a really heady play. Here's Andrew Hung. 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the 6th. I think I just told you, Calvin was the home team. I wasn't listening to myself. Swung on, popped up, it's playable. Coming over is Gilpin. And Hope College dodges a bullet on some nice defense by Andrew Gilpin. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left with the walk. We've played 6. Hope hanging on to their razor-thin lead.
Leading off for Hope College in the top of the seventh inning. Number 1, center fielder, Evan Mayday.
Evan Mayday comes to the plate in the top of the 7th. Hope College looking to add to their lead. Looks like we got everything except a home plate umpire. There we go. Thought we might call your own here for a minute. A conversation with head coach Kevin Van Dyne of Calvin University Knights. Here comes Mayday. Fastball sails outside. Coyle back on the mound. Hit well by Evan Mayday. It's back. And Andrew Hung isn't even going to move because it's back over the 330, deep into the trees. Home run for Evan Mayday. It shot out like a rocket. I don't even think people saw it. Andrew Hung looked up, took a couple steps, and just watched it like everybody else. Home run for Evan Mayday. 6-4, Hope leads.
Now batting, Caden Bain.
Caden Bain up. That happened so quickly. He took an inside pitch and just lifted it up with that great upper arm strength that he has. High in the air from where I'm sitting, I didn't really even see it leave. I just saw Andrew Hung standing out there and not going anywhere. Strike to Bain.
Mayday has tied the school record for home runs in a single season with 11.
That's the 11th home run for Evan Mayday, and that ties the school record. Congratulations to Evan on a terrific year. He is player of the year in the league for a reason. And one of the reasons he's been so effective is nobody can pitch around him because he sits right in the middle of Cable and Bain, and there Caden Bain just put a nice seeing eye single in between Raymond and Bonnemer.
Caden Bain batting. Grant Kim batting.
That'll bring up Brant Kim. Runner on first, nobody out. Slow curveball bends in on near the left shoulder of Brant Kim. Brant Kim also has some home run bragging rights for today. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. His first multi-home run of the year. That one's deep to center. Going back is Peterson, and he can't get it. He puts his glove on it, but it squirts loose. So that means that Kim is going to go into second. Bain couldn't get too much of a jump because he thought that Peterson might catch it. It might be a catch, it might be a home run. In this case, it hit Peterson's glove. That's going to put runners on second and third. And we'll wait for the score on that one while we announce Robbie Sturzman will be coming to the plate. But first, Kevin Van Dyne's going to come and make a pitching change. 6-4 Hope.
attention, please, on to pitch for Calvin, number 38, Ryan Brown. Now batting for Hope, number 4, Robbie Sturz.
The new pitcher for Calvin University is Ryan Brown. Robbie Sturzma will be the first batter he faces as he steps in to face the 6-foot freshman from Caledonia, trying to get Calvin out of a jam, as Reese Crabtree did earlier. Swinging strike by Robbie Sturzma. Runners on second and third. This is Brown's 14th appearance. Ground ball. Runner. Infield playing in, and it gets under the glove of Bonimer. 1 run in. And Kim will hold at third, and that makes it 7-4 Hope. RBI single for Robbie Sturzma. Probably playable by Bonimer if he's playing at medium depth, but under the circumstances, he had to be right on the lip of the infield. And Bonimer could not get his glove down fast enough. Here comes Grant Barrett. Strike 1 to Barrett. Ball just outside, 1-1. Barrett lined out to second in the second, struck out in the third, and singled in the fifth. Pulled way foul. Inside pitch that Barrett really got around on and fired it into the Calvin dugout. That rail protector is usually up there to help balls screaming in from the opposite batter, opposite-handed batter. This time the left-handed batter swung all the way around and got it to the first base dugout. That ball's up high and away. The count 2-2. Ryan Brown's 14th appearance, as I said. And he has, 12th appearance. 18 in the third innings work. There's a called strike, and Barrett is sent to the dugout. Frustrated on that called third strike. That's 2 outs, and that'll bring it up to Andrew, leave it up to Andrew Gilpin. 1 out. Good news for the Dutch, bad news for the Knights. First out. I don't know why I have 2 written down here. I'm going to change my 2 to a 1 on the strikeout by Barrett. Ball comes in high and in tight. All right, now we'll get to Ryan Brown. 12th appearance. 18 in the third innings work. 25 hits. He's given up 12 runs, 8 of them earned. A strong 3.93 ERA. Strong for this league, certainly. That ball's inside 2-0. Trying to get Calvin out of a jam here with runners on the corners. 2 runs already in. And only 1 out. Curveball drifts in outside. 3-0. Ball's right down Main Street, 3-1. Gilpin's had a nice game at first base defensively, the senior from Brighton. Senior heavy team for Coach Stu Fritz. Fly ball to right, that could score the run. Hung is going to make the play. And advancing on the RBI is Brant Kim as the throw comes up the line. Sturzma will stay at first. And Hope extends its lead to 8-4. Andrew Hung
Catcher, now batter, Caleb Regan.
made an effort. He actually got it all the way in distance-wise, but the throw was way up the line. Probably wouldn't have gotten Kim anyway. And here comes Caleb Regan. Sturzma on first. We're in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Regan ahead of the off-speed pitch. Poole cues it off the end of his bat. Foul, 0-2. Up high, 1-2. That ball's hit deep, and Peterson can't track it. 1 run is going to score. Caleb Regan with a deep fly to center field and an RBI double, pushing Robbie Sturzma across home plate. And Hope extends its lead on a 2-out double by Caleb Regan. Al Money looking to trade places with Caleb Regan, who stands on second base with 2 outs. What a shot by Regan. Fly ball on the right field line is going to be foul. Andrew Hung chasing it, but won't get there. 1-1. Curveball outside. High hopper to third. Raymond all the way across the diamond. He throws it in the dirt. That's going to score Regan. Al Money's going to round second. He's going to go to third. Matt Raymond made a great play on a high hopper, but the ball got low as it went all the way across the infield. And that extends Hope's lead. Error goes to Raymond. Money goes to third. Regan scores, and we got the top of the order. Spencer Cable. This has been a 5-run inning for the Dutch. Coyle had done a great job of reining them in until the 7th. And most of these runs are going to be his responsibility when we get the final line on him. Curveball up high, 2-0. 10-4, Hope leads. But up until this inning, this game was much closer than that. Spencer Cable lifts it high and deep. Going over is Peterson, and it's gone! The home run by Spencer Cable. His first of the day. And that clears the bases, and that makes it 12-4. 2-run home run by Spencer Cable. And the Dutch bat around in the 7th inning. And they go back to where we started with Evan Mayday. We're going to have a pitching change for Calvin. We'll be right back to tell you about it.
For Calvin, now pitching number 11, Eli Johnson. Johnson now pitching for Hope Cows, now batting Evan Mayday.
Eli Johnson, a senior right-hander, stands 6'2" and 180 pounds, a native of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Not a lot of work this year for the Knights. This is only his 8th appearance, but he's been effective. Only 9 innings of work. He's given up 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He's had 11 strikeouts and a very impressive ERA of 2.00. Granted, he doesn't have a lot of innings to show. He has a very quick delivery, and the task is no small one to try to get out the League Player of the Year in the person of Evan Mayday. His 2nd time at bat here in the 7th inning. Ground ball back up the middle. Johnson got a glove on it. Bonnemer got a glove on it. But just too hot to handle as Mayday picks up his 2nd hit of the day. He was quiet early on. 3 ground balls to second base and then a titanic home run that left no doubt in anyone's mind, and then a little hard hit seeing eye single up the middle. Caden Bain shot down to first base. Mayday's back in time. Pitch was ball, 1-0. Strike on the inside corner, 0-2. 2 outs. 7 runs for Hope in the 7th inning. At least for the time being, they have put this one out of reach. But in college baseball, you have to have a very liberal interpretation of that, as a lot of the runs can be scored in a short period of time, as evidenced by the 7 that Hope just pushed across this inning. Ball high, 3-1. Johnson with a very fast delivery after he gets from the set, and a very quick and low leg kick. foul back to the stands at Boovie Stadium. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. And Johnson strikes out Caden Bain to end the 7th inning. But not until Hope scores 7 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 errors. There was 1 Calvin error and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Hope now with a commanding lead.
Leading off in the ninth, in bottom of inning number 7, Nick Vogel.
Nick Vogel will lead it off for the Knights, 6, 7, 8, followed by Fortman, and then Bonham. Reese Crabtree pitching a gem. Line drive, hard hit to Mayday, who makes a diving, a jumping, leaping grab. Evan Mayday proving his worth in the field as well. Off of a rocket from Vogel. J.C. Fortman will bat next. That was a great play by Evan Mayday off of a shot that was just torched by Vogel. Hard breaking ball sinks in, belt high on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Fortman 0 for 2 with a walk today. Nice single to right field. Fortman on base. Caden Bain will bring it into the infield. 1 on 1 out for the Knights. Here's Gabe Bonham. 0 for 3. Got caught looking against Crabtree the last time. I believe this is Crabtree's 4th inning, is it not? Pop-up along the left field line. Coming over is Al Money. Kind of the shaded area. Sun getting a little tricky this time of day, but Money makes the play, and there's 2 away.
Carson Waters.
Here comes the 9 spot, Carson Warners. 1 for 3. Grounded out to Gilpin. Single in the 4th, and grounded out to Gilpin again on a great hit and a greater play by Gilpin. That was a rally killer that really was the difference in the game, as that kept the lead 5-4. Calvin was limited to 1 run in that 5th inning, which could have been a minimum of 2 had Gilpin not flagged that ball down. And Crabtree has kept the night silent ever since. Curveball bends in. Letter high for a strike. 0-2. Hope College 7 outs away from earning a right to play tomorrow. That's the good news. The bad news is they have to beat a very good Hornets team twice tomorrow in order to qualify. Ball outside, fastball, 1-2. Crabtree gets the sign from Regan. And swing and a miss. Pulling the chain. Pulling the string. And that is the 2nd strikeout for Crabtree today, if I've done the math right. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We've completed 7. We're going to come to the top of the 8th. Hope with a big lead.
Leading off for Hope College in the top of the 8th inning. Shortstop Brad Kim.
Four, 5, 6 for the Dutchman in the top of the 8th. Kim, Sturzman, Barrett. All of them part of that big 7-run 7th inning that just blew this open from 5-4 to 12-4. Johnson stays on the mound. Was very effective in getting him out of the jam, but by then the damage had been done. A quick dealing right-hander from Stillwater, Oklahoma, this time pitching from the windup. That ball's outside, 2-0. He's got that low and quick leg kick in both the stretch and the windup, 3-0. Brand Kim walks on 4 straight pitches, not close at all by Johnson.
Left fielder Robbie Sturzman.
Robbie Sturzman 2 for 4 today, reached also on an error. 2 singles, including one with a ribeye, and also flew out to center field in the first. Stands in with a relaxed stance in the right-hand batter's box. Johnson goes to the stretch. Still missing outside. He's trying to work away from the right-handers. Swung on, popped up. It's going to be in play. Coming over is Hung. Not deep. Makes the play. Kim returns to first base, and there is 1 out in the 8th.
Second baseman Grant Barrett.
Here's Grant Barrett. Playing second base again, as always. Struck out twice today, once looking, once swinging. Grounded out to short. Had a single in the 5th. Left-hander digs in. Johnson works from the stretch. Line drive into left center, and that'll be a hit for Barrett. Peterson will retrieve it, and Hope has runners at first and second. And a new rally underway. Here comes Andrew Gilpin. 1 for 3 with a sac fly to right field. That gave him 1 RBI. First and second. Top of the 8th. Hope the visiting team in today's game, although hosting the tournament. Ball high, 1-0. Pitch to Gilly is just a little high, 2-0. Swung on foul, back out of play. 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Same thing, foul back, 2-2. Johnson going right after Gilpin with some hard fastballs. Gilpin fighting him off. Here's the pitch. Slow curveball floats in just a little high. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second in the form of Kim and Barrett respectively. Chop foul down the third base line. Good at bat for Andrew Gilpin, really extending the inning for Mr. Johnson. Swing and a miss. Andrew Gilpin jumped after a high off-speed pitch, frustrated with himself. Maybe that he swung at it, but certainly that he didn't get a cut at it. It was a hittable pitch, but it was just a little high. Probably would have been ball 4. And here's Caleb Regan. Extending the lead, rests on his shoulders. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Curveball. Bending foul and chasing and making a nice play on it is Penn, and that ends the inning. Caden Penn with a really nice play to end that inning on a foul ball right over by the fence. We've completed 7.5. Hope holds its 12-4 lead.
Leadoff hitter Ryan Peterson leading off for the Knights in the bottom of the 8th.
Hope College is 6 outs away from advancing to the final day of the MIAA Conference Championship tournament. But first they have to get through the top of the order, and Reese Crabtree in relief has pitched a gem so far. He starts with a curveball, bends in letter high, 0-1. Peterson started the game with a home run, and he's been quiet ever since. Reached on an error in the second inning, excuse me. That ball bends and hits the outside part of the plate as well. 0-2. Little action in the Hope dugout. Between innings, Alan Babbitt and I were talking about exactly if Hope were to advance, what the committee of pitchers might look like. As that's the main disadvantage of not winning those 2 games, is you just have to blow a lot of innings of pitching to get this far. Same is true for Calvin. Called strike 3 on a change of pace, and Peterson goes down looking. Nice pitch by Crabtree. Sean Hoy pitched a gem yesterday, but he threw 106. So whether he can go anymore. First pitch foul to Aiden Penn. Strike 2 to Caden Penn. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. Little looper over the head of Brant Kim, and Caden Penn is on with a 1-out single. It's a beautiful night at Ron and Sonny Boovie Stadium. It is 8:13. We are in no danger of, unless something really goofy happens, of not finishing this game, but we recognize probably that for those of you watching, it probably looks darker than you prefer, and darker than it looks. It is something that is largely outside of our control, as the shadows are starting to be cast behind Boovie Stadium. There's a single by Padilla, who's just been a nightmare to pitchers all weekend. 2 on, 1 out, and here's Matt Raymond. You may need to adjust the lighting of your computer as the sun begins to fall to the west of Boovie Stadium. Oh, 1 to Raymond. Fly ball to right field, but it's going to go foul and out of the reach of any Hope defenders. Raymond flew to center in the first, flew to left in the third. He walked in the 5th. He walked again in the 6th. Good disciplined at bats by Matt Raymond today. Well, just when I thought lighting was out of our control, the magic of Alan Babbitt, with the help of Freddie Velasquez, has put a little bit more light on the matter, so we hope those of you who are watching have perhaps seen a little whiter white in the Hope jersey and a little marooner maroon in the Calvin jersey and a little lighter green. If not, adjust the color on your computer. Hope leads 12-4, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. 0-2 the count to Raymond. Battling, spoiling off a couple of Crabtree pitches. Fastball comes in high, 1-2. Good 0-2 pitch by Mr. Crabtree. From the windup, from the stretch. Oh, and Raymond leans into that one. And Mr. Revelle is going to bring him back here. And it might even be a called, it's going to be a ball, but they're not going to let him advance to first. As I don't think there was much doubt that was a leaner. Oh, and they called it a strike even. So it looks like Mr. Raymond is out on a called third strike. And I got to say, that's a good call by Mr. Rivette because that was a nice curveball by Crabtree. And Matt Raymond just leaned right into it. A gutty and smart move if it had been a ball, but it was over the plate. And we have 2 outs. Crabtree gets credit for the strikeout. And there's a little dribbler down to Gilpin who will eat it up and take it himself. And the 8th inning is in the books for the Calvin Knights. 3 unassisted. There's no runs. There were 2 hits. There were no errors. 2 Knights left stranded. We go to the the top of the 9th. I keep forgetting what I keep telling all of you. Hope is the visiting team. We're going to go to the bottom of the 9th. Hope with a big lead.
Erickson in left. Now pitching for the Knights. Number 28, Kyle Koenig. Koenig pitching, Erickson in left. And leading off for Hope, Al Money.
Jeff Erickson takes Carson Warner's spot in left field. And Kyle Koenig comes in to pitch for the Knights in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, Coyle pitcher a record for Calvin, right?
Koenig, a right-handed throwing freshman from Kalamazoo Christian. We'll get the line on him here. He's making his 7th appearance. And there's a single by the leadoff hitter, Al Money, to start the 9th inning. Still putting our crack stat crew on the on the Koning line. It is his 7th appearance. 5 2/3 inning of work over the course of the year, so not used a lot. 5 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. 9 strikeouts, though, against only 3 walks. And he's sitting on an ERA of 7.94. Here's the top of the order, Spencer Cable.
I have Schoonbeck charged with 4 runs, but he never. It was 4. At least it was. Yeah. Yeah.
Koning sends the toss back to first base.
Yep.
Pitch outside to Cable. 1-1. Well, no matter who wins this, we will be back with you at noon tomorrow. I will be bringing you the 12 o'clock game, and in my efforts to get to a daughter's graduation, Mr. Alan Babbitt will take over for me. And of course, we hopers hope that there is a 3 o'clock game as long as this weekend has been. Everybody knew that when you're coming into one of these, you have to win 3 games in a row if you win your first one, and you have to win 4 games in a row if you lose your first one. So Hope has, if this works out, has put the first of those 3 in the belt, and then they will come back. Here's a line drive back up the middle into left center for Cable. Peterson will track it down, but Al Money's going to attach to third, and that's actually going to be, we'll see if we score that a double for Al Money. I think that's a single with advancing to second on the throw. I don't think I've been right one time today. It's a double for Spencer Cable. Evan Mayday coming up with runners in scoring position. 2 on, nobody out. Mayday with a home run, a gargantuan one in the 7th to start that bat-around inning. And he had 2 hits. And here's another one, but it's only medium depth. Hung is coming over. But that's going to allow an RBI, so that's going to be a sac fly. Al Money's going to cross easily. Spencer Cable will stay at second, and the lead is extended to 13-4. Sac fly for Evan Mayday. 1 out.
Caden Bain.
Caden Bain.
36 is going to left, 46 is going to center, and 2 is going to right.
Looks like we're going to have some seniors coming out of the game here. We'll see if we can check all of that. We've got Connor Venor coming into the game. We've got Matt Reynolds coming into the game. Matt Reynolds is going to go to center. He pitched in the last game, did well. Connor Venor going into left field. And then Nate Mason is also going to come in, a Portage Northern product. So the 3 outfielders get a nice applause as they come off here. 13-4. Hope's lead is in little doubt. Kevin Van Dyne, always a class act, giving his senior some recognition. Doing a great job getting his team to 4th place in the conference and a spot in the conference tournament. And that one's popped up over by first. Penn will make the play, and there are 2 away. And 2 more seniors are going to come out. Number 24, Will Baldwin's going to come into the game. Matt Raymond's going to come out. So Carson Warners has come out. Peterson has come out. Andrew Hung has come out.
24 at third. 24?
So Will Baldwin in for Raymond. Do we have one more sub there, or just that one at a time?
Third, second, and first. 24 at third, 45 at second, and 6 at left.
Will Muller comes in and replaces Fortman. And Nate Bonter comes in replacing Let's see, Bonter replaced Penn. And then Ricky Padilla comes out and gets a very well-deserved round of applause, including by Hope College head coach Stu Fritz. Nobody could get Ricky Padilla out today, and he gets a well-deserved round of applause as he exits. Brant Kim swings and misses at the first pitch. Oh, 1. Kim coming over to chat with Coach Fritz. And I think we're going to get a sub for him as well. And we'll see who it's going to be. Brant Kim's going to come out of the game. Well-deserved round of applause for him. And someone will assume his 0-1 count as soon as we see who it is coming out. Alan, do we know who's playing first base? Looks like number 6, Nate Bonter, a senior from Grand Haven, is playing first. To answer some of the questions of some of our adoring fans who are starting to send in some texts. We appreciate your viewership, which is held tight, even when the game no longer became close. And that was in the 7th inning when Hope hung a 7 on the Knights. But until then, the lead was razor thin. Coming to the plate right now is going to be Devin Musin, a sophomore from Grand Rapids Christian, facing some of his former teammates. And he assumes Brant Kim's 0-1 count. First pitch is a ball, 1-1. That ball swung on and fouled, 1-2. Two and two the count to Musin. Line drive off the glove of the third baseman. It was Raymond. We got a sub in there now. That run is going to score. Spencer Cable slides in, and Devin Musin has an RBI single. Line shot by the sophomore from Rockford. And he is in the books with an RBI. Robbie Sturzman to bat. That ball swung on and fouled back. Sturzma 0-1.
I was a little unsure, fellas, until the 7th inning, but I think Sad can come back. I don't know what the group says, but
I think that's the best 3 days I've ever had.
Strike on the outside corner. That is a good top of the 9th call by home plate umpire, Mr. Rivette. 1-2. That one we probably couldn't get. 2-2. That one's low. 3-2. Sturzman looking for something to swing at, I think. He doesn't really want to take a walk at this point. That's Kyle Koning trying to deliver a strike, and he does. Sturzman swings at it. It's going relatively deep, but it will be caught in right field, and that's going to retire the side. That will be Hope's last at bat unless something really odd happens. They pick up 1 run in the 9th. There were 3 hits, 1 error, and there was 1 left on. We're going to go to the bottom of the 9th. Hope with a big lead.
Attention please now, catching for Hope College. Number 5, Andrew Pickett. Pickett now behind the plate for Hope. Leading off for Calvin, number 22. Designated hitter, Nick Vogel.
Reese Crabtree coming out on the mound for his 5th inning of work. If he completes this, it will be 4 2/3 inning complete, Alan, if he gets through this inning. He's got to get through Vogel, Fortman, and Bonnemer, or the subs for them. But first we want to tell you about a sub for Hope. And that sub for Hope is Andrew Pickett behind the dish, taking Regan's place, giving him a well-deserved rest. This is Nick Vogel standing in. His designated hitter has not been subbed out. We will likely see subs for Fortman and Bonnemer unless they re-enter. Crabtree pitched well against Kalamazoo. Here's a fly ball to right. This is going to be trouble, and it is a fair ball. Bain will chase it down, but not before Vogel comes in with a stand-up double. Nice hit by Vogel.
45, Mueller.
Will Mueller stays in the game as a sub for J.C. Fortman.
Pinch runner.
Mueller, a 5'8" sophomore from Aurora, Illinois. And running for Calvin, David Berry, freshman from Novi. I'm thinking by now that home plate umpire scorecard has lots of scratches on it. Pitch from Crabtree. Hit straight away center field. Mayday. Doesn't have to move very far. He puts it away, and that's 1 out. That will bring up Gabe Bonnemer, freshman from Okemos, still in the game at shortstop. 0 for 4. Fly out to center, fly out to right. Pop up to third, and a called strikeout in the 5th. That's a rope hit right at Sturzma. Sturzma will play it on 1. He'll throw it into third, and the ball gets away and stays in play as it hit the guardrail.
I think it's the throw on Sturzma. Hit it in the dirt.
And it is going to be a single for Bonnemer. Bonnemer goes to second on the throw. And now we have runners at second and third. And we're going to have Connor Venor, sophomore from Port Huron.
Now batting for Calvin.
He came in the middle of that last inning, replacing Carson Warners. Hope 2 outs away from ending a very long day of baseball. And if they can hold this 10-run lead, they can have another long day of baseball tomorrow. If Venor can get on, they'll go to the top of the order in Peterson. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
He turned the last one. I looked close enough to a 7. He wasn't a senior, so I know they weren't subbing him out.
Swing and a miss by Venor. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball's popped up. Coming in is Gilpin. He'll take it away from Crabtree, and that's 2 away. And Hope is 1 out away from going 1-1 on the day, and a chance to come back on their home field tomorrow to face a very good Kalamazoo team. Matt Reynolds batting for Peterson in the top spot, the number 1 position. Crabtree pitching from the windup with runners on second and third and a 10-run lead. Strike 1 to Reynolds. I believe Reynolds might have pitched in the last game. Does that sound familiar? We could check the books, but I don't think we will. Swing and a miss on a great curveball by Crabtree. That's okay, Alan. I know he played the last game. Just on the outside part of the plate. Good decision not to end the game on that. Let's give Mr. Reynolds a hack at the ball here. 1-2. Drive to left. Sturzman coming over. He's not going to get to it, but he does flag it down. That's going to be a 2 RBI single for Matt Reynolds. Good for him. But then he's thrown out on his way to turning it in to a 2-base hit. So he gets 2 RBIs. The game ends 14-6. And Reynolds is thrown out 7-4. Congratulations to Calvin on a very successful season which ends today. Congratulations to Hope College for advancing to the final day where they will take on Kalamazoo. We look forward to joining you. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock, at noon, and then depending on the outcome, we will also be back at 3 o'clock. So 12 o'clock tomorrow, Hope and Kalamazoo. Don't go away. Come back. Or you can go away now, but you got to come back and watch tomorrow at noon. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Congratulations to the Knights and Coach Kevin Van Dyne on a fine season. Hope College's season will continue tomorrow at noon. We'll take on the Hornets of Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo in the winner's bracket will need to win that game to win the MIAA championship. Hope College will need to win that game and a following game to be champions of the MIAA. Again, your final score in this last game of the day, Hope 14, Calvin 6. We want to thank everybody who hung out at Bowie Stadium this morning, this afternoon, and evening. Make sure that you have everyone and everything you came with. Drive safely on your way home this evening. See some of you back here at noon tomorrow. In the meantime, good night and good luck.